All right, welcome back to Slam Shenanigans. We're going to take you along with a milling order this time on the video. And so here I'm going down to my wood yard and I'm grabbing a very large blue stain Ponderosa Pine log. So this order is going to be for some countertops, 2.5-inch slabs basically, and some trim boards, both 3-inch and 5-inch, for a very special customer who is finishing a cabin for his wife that passed away a few years ago. So it's a sentimental kind of order here. Really enjoyed working with the gentleman. Very passionate about the thing, and as the video goes on, I'll explain how excited he got about some of this wood. So anyways, I'm setting up here, putting in a new blade, new band, and there you go. Cricket's there. So she did the old dirt bath. I missed that. Sorry about that. But yeah, she's a supervisor sitting there on the right now. But what I'm going to show you on this this portion of the clip is that you saw how big that log was. And to get a 24-inch slab, 24 inches wide, out of a log on a mill that's designed for 26-inch max width cutting is a lot harder than a lot of people really understand. There's a lot of setup to get that log just exactly parallel to the mill and square to everything so that you can actually get that full 24 inches between that 26-inch space between the rollers and the guides. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting on top, slicing some of these things off, and this client really loved the blue stain effect. It's made, if you watch my other videos, please go back and see some others, but it's from the beetle, the bark beetle that kills the thing. And what you saw me doing there was trying to trim some of the knots out of the way. And here I'm going to go in and show you that even when you trim, it's so tight to try and get a full 24-inch wide that it's this picture is really just hard to do it justice. But that little knot right there you saw bumped out just ever so slightly past where the roller's going to go by, so that was a hit. But yeah, going back to the blue stain part of this, and you're just kind of watching me having a fight with trying to get it through there. The bark beetle secretes something that stains the wood. It's not a fungus, but it is a stain. Here I'm trying to clear out some tightness again. I'm just working that for everything I got to try and get that 24-inch width. And right now, as you see, I'm getting down towards the center of the pith, which I cut out about 1 inch of it because you don't want the pith on your slabs. That's a weak point. And that's about the widest point of the slab. As you get down towards the middle of it, it's less blue stain effect because it takes longer for that, whatever the bug secretes, to get into the wood and cause that blue stain effect. So here, even though this is like 1/3 of the log, boy, it was a pain to flip. I actually can't really see it in the time lapse, but try to do a little bit by hand, and it's like, no way. So just getting the most out of this whole thing. And my intent with this was, he wanted 24-inch wides. I thought I could get about a 24, 25, and 24 and a half. These are some of the wider ones, so you don't see a lot of the blue stain, but some incredible knot feature. These are a little bit further out. You see some heart and sapwood kind of feature, and this is what you saw on the outside edge. This is just amazing wood. Just the beauty is unbelievable. It's almost like tiger stripe. When you put some water on it, it's just fantastic. So here, what am I doing here? Oh, yeah, even though I started out, I had a bunch of stickers for stacking these slabs before he came up and looked at them. I had to cut some more. So part of milling, you always got to have enough stickers on hand. And obviously I didn't use blue stain for this, and it's pretty valuable wood. So I went and grabbed some other scraps, cut some stickers so I could finalize stacking all these slabs. This little clip here, I just want to show you, this is going to be a prelude to a future video. You can see my 40-point turns, trying to get my tractor around here, lifting these super heavy slabs. It's too tight, it's too cluttered. And if you've, like I said, please subscribe to my channel. You'll see my struggles with my property and that there's no flat ground. I have to make it. I live in the mountains in the Sierras in California. So I had to do like 40-point turn just to get it here to muscle these things off one by one and sticker them up. So that's a future video coming up. So stay tuned, hit that bell thing so you know when things come out. I'm going to basically be extending that entire yard with a lot of dirt moving. And you saw me spray water there. That's so I could take some pictures and show my client what he was looking at. And here's some of it. These are towards the outer portion of the log. So again, you can see this incredible blue stain feature. So now that I'm done with that log and cutting up the slabs, I'm picking a much smaller log, still the blue stain stuff. And we're gonna put this up and we're gonna do some of the trim. So like I said, he had a very special request in that the trim for around his doors, windows, and baseboards, he wanted live edge. So slabs are fairly easy to live edge because they're much bigger, wider, easier to handle. He wanted 3-inch and 5-inch trim with one live edge, which may sound easy if you're not a miller, but to try and get that, you're basically cutting a pretty relatively small piece of lumber, and then you're trying to square up one edge and try to get an average of 3 to 5 inches, depending on what dimension you wanted out of that. So basically you cut all this stuff into 1-inch pieces, thicknesses. And as I'm going along, getting through all of that, and then you got to kind of stack them up, and you're stacking them up on the live edge down. So they're on the parallel beds. And so you'll see that the tops are all just kind of wavy wonky, and you're cutting off one side, or you're splitting the board if it's wide enough to try and get these 3-inch or 5-inch trim pieces and have one side that is perfectly nice and straight, and that'll be towards your window, towards your floor, whatever the case may be. Again, got to do the water so you can see it. So the 3 inches, the log that we picked, you get what God and the bugs give you. Sometimes there's a ton of features, sometimes there's not. It was pretty, but again, here's some more of the stuff that I think came out and we used for the 5-inch. And just look at the beauty there. I mean, it's nature's art. I mean, the bug caused that, you know. God grew the tree and the bug caused that. So, and here's some of the stuff that was more towards the center of the log on that 5-inch stuff. And of course, with milling, you always got to get rid of your scraps. So I had some work to do in between there. Here's my client. He was ecstatic the day he came up to pick out his slabs. So I had most of the stuff loaded, and he picked out his slabs, and I made the delivery to his house. But yeah, he ended up buying an additional slab just because of the blue stain feature. You just couldn't pass it up. So here I am at his house and unloading it. And like I said, he was so excited. He said he was going to, we put it in his basement, and it has to go upstairs. And he said he was going to sleep in his basement so he could look at it and be around that just gorgeous wood that night. I really enjoy working with clients that are passionate about their stuff. So appreciate you guys watching. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, and put a comment down there. Love to hear from you. Thanks.